Welcome to this week's Read the Bible Together session. We are reading from our lectionary from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 10, verses 38 through 42, and it is the story of Mary and Martha, where Jesus says, Martha, your sister Mary has chosen the better part. And as we read the story, think about who you relate to. Are you a Mary or a Martha or somewhere in between? And maybe a little of both, right? So we are reading from the Spark Story Bible from Spark House Publishing, the story of Mary and Martha. Jesus and the disciples were traveling, and along the way, Jesus decided he would visit with his friends Mary and Martha. Mary and Martha were sisters, and they lived in a house together. They got along very well, most of the time at least. While Jesus was visiting them, Mary sat on the floor and listened to Jesus teach. Martha, on the other hand, was very busy. She didn't have time to sit down. She cooked olives and fish and bread. She cleaned, sweeping the dirt floor and shaking out mats. And Martha worked hard to make Jesus' visit special. There you can see Mary with Jesus and listening to his stories. As she hurried around, she saw Mary sitting down with Jesus. She thought, why doesn't she help me with the cleaning? And a few minutes later, Mary was still sitting as Martha worked, and Martha got a little bit angry. She cleared her throat, thinking Mary could at least help me get this meal ready. All these people to feed, and she isn't helping one little bit. Martha continued hurrying around, getting angrier by the minute. As she swept, she thought, oh, Mary, she knows how to use a broom. As she cooked, she said to herself, I think my sister could at least stir this pot. As she got water and towels ready for cleaning Jesus' hands, she grumbled to herself, grr, all this company, and I'm doing all the work. And there you can see how much there is to do, or she thinks there is to do, right? And finally, when she was still working and Mary was still sitting, Martha couldn't take it anymore, and she burst into the room and interrupted what Jesus was saying, put her hands on her hips, and said angrily, Mary, please get up and help me. She looked at Jesus. Oh, Jesus, tell Mary to get up and do something. Jesus stopped what he was doing. Everything was quiet for a minute. Finally, Jesus looked at Martha, and with love he said, Martha, Martha, you are worried about every little thing. Thank you for your work to make my visit comfortable, but you do not need to worry about all of these things. Mary has decided to sit and listen to me, and that is a good decision. And Martha thought to herself, maybe I should just sit down and listen to what Jesus has to say, at least for a minute. Maybe Mary has a good idea. So she sat and listened, and that was a good decision. And there you can see Martha and Mary with Jesus and taking time to listen. So as we go through our week, are we Martha? Are we Mary? Are we taking time to listen? Think about the story and how it relates to you this week.